may not be the most sincere. Taylor Townsend refuses to tolerate disrespect as she addresses Yelena Ostapenko's apology after U.S. Open drama. Taylor Townsend has expressed her feelings about Yelena Ostapenko's apology following the heated exchange between the two during the U.S. Open. The American concluded her stint at the U.S. Open women's doubles tournament. Townsend and Ostapenko locked horns with each other in the second round of the U.S. Open women's singles tournament on August 28, where the former claimed a dominant 7-5, 6-1 win over her opponent. Shortly after the match, the Latvian player claimed that Taylor should have said sorry for a net cord, to which the American disagreed. Following this, Ostapenko repeatedly said, "You have no education," 3 times to Townsend, and then also issued an apology for her statement on social media. Days after this drama and sealing a runner-up position in the women's doubles tournament, Townsend sat for a conversation with CBS Mornings, where she talked about Ostapenko's apology. Townsend stated that it didn't seem like the most sincere apology. She added, Townsend teamed up with Katina Siniakova in the women's doubles tournament at the U.S. Open, where they earned a second-place finish in the finals after locking horns with Erin Routliffe and Gabriela Dabrowski, who claimed the title with a 6-4, 6-4 win. Taylor Townsend shared a statement following Yelena Ostapenko's apology. Following the heated exchange between Taylor Townsend and Yelena Ostapenko in the second round of the U.S. Open, the former sat for a press conference, where she was asked about her thoughts on the Latvian player's apology. The American replied that it's better for her, as it was a learning lesson for her. Calling her apology nice, she said, as quoted by BBC. Ahead of the U.S. Open, Taylor Townsend also competed in the women's doubles of the City Open, where she was paired with Zhang Shuai. She claimed the title after besting Caroline Dolehide and Sophia Kenin in the final round. Nancy Singh. An English honors graduate, Nancy is a journalist at Sportskeeda covering U.S. Olympic sports. She has a total experience of 4 years, having previously worked as a marketing executive for BYGUs before finding her footing at SK. To deliver the best content, Nancy keeps herself updated by reading as much as possible about the athletes in the sport and believes that researching and trusting credible sources is a key to reporting ethical and accurate information. Track and field events particularly interest Nancy, and she is a fan of Allyson Felix. While she cherished each of her victories, her favorite Olympic moment happens to be the retired athlete's 10th medal at the Games. Nancy believes that covering the personal lives and training sessions of the Olympic athletes and showcasing old podcasts or interviews would help bridge the coverage gap of the sport in its off-season. When away from her keyboard, Nancy spends most of her free time reading books. She also writes poems and plans on publishing a book. Quick links. Carlos Alcaraz reveals plans to surprise people with new hairstyle from controversial barber after divisive U.S. Open makeover. Who doesn't like to have fun at 22? Carlos Alcaraz shuts down criticism about his partying habits after U.S. Open triumph. Maybe there was a bit of spite. Andrea Petkovic analyzes Arina Sabalenka's Novak Djokovic-esque response to hostile U.S. Open crowd. Real love. Naomi Osaka delights Taylor Townsend with nod to American dramatic confrontation with Yelena Ostapenko at U.S. Open. I try to be very careful. Carlos Alcaraz opens up about controversy over his remarks on Donald Trump attending U.S. Open final. Watch. Carlos Alcaraz shows off his dance moves alongside Colombian singer J Balvin as he celebrates U.S. Open victory in style.